Greetings, Elder Blacklight, in full effect. Today is the 6th, but you probably won't be getting this video till tomorrow, the 7th, Thursday, October. Now I know why the Night of the Living Dead was so popular. This is the Night of the Living Dead we're living in. And as you know, when one of the zombies bites you, you turn into one of them. And you be having an appetite for brains. That movie is obviously talking about all people of this time and age, but white people a little bit more advantage, have a little bit more advantage than black people. I just want to know why aren't my black people interested in Dr. Fauci's founded coronavirus research? Check this out.
Wade, you have alleged that the U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, which is the NIAID, had funded research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Now, of course, it's a big talking point in America now, but Dr. Fauci, when asked that specific question, has categorically said, and I quote, that the NIH has not ever and does not fund now the gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute. Was there a lie, or was there an attempt to mislead or hide facts, perhaps?
Well, that's a very interesting question, and I think we cannot give an answer to it yet. It's a sort of puzzling position on Dr. Fauci's part. I mean, one thing that is clear is that the NIH was funding research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Dr. Fauci is not denying that. He's simply denying that the kind of research involved gain of function. Now, I think there may be some sort of very fine lawyerly language he's relying on, though he didn't explain his reasoning. There were sort of two separate grants given from the NIH to the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and the wording of one of them is slightly ambiguous, and the wording of the second one, which clearly specifies gain of function research, that grant was cut off and not completely funded. So it may be that somehow between these two things, Dr. Fauci has a view of events that is compatible with what he said in the Senate a few days ago, but doesn't really sort of change the overall fact that the NIH was funding dangerous research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Email that we've seen, it was sent to Dr. Anthony Fauci, who everybody knows is the lead advisor to the past two presidents on the pandemic. This email actually hints way back in February last year that this virus could have been engineered.
These are the most extraordinary emails to emerge, because we knew that Anthony Fauci knows more about gain-of-function research, and to remind everyone, because this is a relatively new term for viewers and everyone around the world really, but gain-of-function research takes place in laboratories where existing viruses often are either combined through, a recombination event or mutations or some form of genetic manipulation to create often they create even more deadly and infectious viruses. The point is to see whether they can be infectious to humans. So the idea behind it from these scientists is that they want to preempt a pandemic by seeing which viruses can infect humans
Now
by making them
that's
able to infect
ridiculous.
humans. And in the process, they create these new deadly viruses that never existed in nature before. Anthony Fauci is considered by some to be the godfather of this research. He has long defended it. As part of my investigation for the book I've written, What Really Happened in Wuhan, I did a deep dive into gain of function, and I uncovered a 2012 scientific paper he wrote, was published in a medical journal, where he said that the benefits of this research were worth the risk of a pandemic. It is an extraordinary acknowledgement. It is incomprehensible for a public health official charged with protecting public health to take this position, but that's what he has done. Then these emails show that in the very early stages of the pandemic, in early 2020, he became concerned that the funding for gain-of-function research in the US had flown to Wuhan. And we see there's a flurry of emails where he's trying to find out whether he could be responsible, or whether the NIH could be responsible for funding the research that might have created the virus that has leaked. And Chris, this is a real possibility. This is why we've seen such a cover-up from people like Anthony Fauci. And, I always point out, we don't know for sure whether this is a natural virus that made the natural jump from animal to human, or whether it's a laboratory leak. Both options are on the table. If it was a laboratory leak, then you're looking at a situation where American funding under Anthony Fauci funded a virus that might have leaked that has resulted in this global pandemic.
See, now, most people ain't seeing what I'm seeing. Now it's the time for the black man and woman to unite. Because you got the United States government over a barrel right now. This is something that the white man ain't gonna do nothing about, even though it might have been leaked to them and they found out details about this pandemic that they're not going to reveal in public amongst themselves, because other countries is involved, and they could charge the United States. But so can you, black man and black woman, because now's the time not to be an American citizen, because you was brought over here against your will. And some of you, y'all can't wait to be an American citizen. I always say, why you want to be a citizen of a snake pit, a citizen of a swampland? Don't make sense to me. And all the killings that the police been getting away with, and discrimination, and all the crimes and trials against black people, this is another one. You say, well, white people, they mad too, but white people, they gonna treat each other different than they treat you, because we not like them. Our culture is different. We were made other than self. So I'm gonna try to, throughout this video, my videos, try to show you where the ball is in our court and we could win the game. We can win the war. I'm Black Light.